Hold on, real quick, y'all. I don't know if anybody in the chat or whatever. Hold on, real. Just give me 5 seconds. I just need to come on, bruh.
You ugly motherfucker.
Knocking shit over. Hold on. All right, so that should be good enough. Yeah, man. First and foremost, uh, uh come on, bruh. Hold on, real quick. I'm getting it together. Okay. So, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Wayne. We in the building with another dope
You
video.
ugly motherfucker.
Let me go ahead and pull it up on my phone so I can see y'all. Big shout out to DA, my boy Devil's Advocate. We was on his panel show tonight, and we were sitting there talking and chopping it up. I was in his panel show, and we were sitting there talking and chopping it up. And yeah, shout out to Devil's Advocate. You know what I mean? Phenomenal guy. Um, a good guy in the space. Shout out to the other two, the laughing somebody, and I think he said his name was AJ. So I gotta get with Devil's Advocate to get the other guys' information, because I kind of wanted to talk to him further and stuff like that, because he seems like more well-rounded people. But in today's video, I just wanted to talk about Charlie Kirk. So I don't know if anybody really pop by. I normally do my streams a little later. And this is a stream that I'm just giving my thoughts, feelings, and opinions about what went on today. Rest in peace to Charlie Kirk. You know what I mean? Charlie Kirk was shot and killed in Utah today. I'm not exactly sure. I can't remember. It's not University of Utah. It's like Utah something University. I thought, or University of Utah, something like that. I don't think it was on their main campus. I'm not exactly sure of what campus it was on, but I do not believe it was on their main campus. So, with that being said, yeah, he was shot and killed today in Utah, and um, I just wanted to say this to people who are kind of adjacent to whatever making content, however you decide to make content. I don't care. You can be playing video games, you can be playing Pokemon, you can be whatever type content you do on the internet. I'm all for you doing your content because I'm making content. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna tell you to do some shit that I ain't doing. But with that being said, when you're making content of any sort, you need to keep in mind that when you speak, you're taking things that you think and feel and you're putting them out there into the world. And so you put these things out there into the world, other people have things that they think and feel, and they're gonna put two and two together from things you say, and they have their thoughts, feelings, and opinions about things, and you're gonna trigger people when you have any type of content. It doesn't matter if I say everybody should lose weight. That's gonna make somebody feel a certain way negatively. Um, if I say everybody should try to make as much money as they can in this lifetime, that may make somebody feel negative. Um, of course, I can't control that, and I don't really care about it. But what I'm telling people is, um, the world is a dangerous place, and I don't know how long I'll be on. So let me just say that the world is a very dangerous place, and so because the world is a very dangerous place, I don't want people I don't want people. I don't want people to kind of get the wrong idea or do the wrong things in life. And I just don't. I don't want. Man, it's just, man. Rest in peace to Charlie Kirk, man. I don't really know the correct words to say it. When anybody loses a life, um, it is a horrible thing. Um, I don't wish this on my worst enemies. Um, but a young man, 31, man, leaves behind a wife, couple kids. Now, for those who don't know, Charlie Kirk was a Turning Point USA, I think is the name of the company. Um, and he was some sort of advisor to the president or some sort of advisor to Donald Trump at the time, and even helped him select who could possibly be his vice president, or was the vocal person who kind of advised Trump to actively choose JD Vance as his vice president, which is a phenomenal thing. Shout out to him. Um, I'm not exactly sure of his background, and we're gonna go watch some videos of Charlie Kirk and just things that he believed in. Now, do I believe with everything Charlie Kirk has to say about stuff? No, I don't believe what anybody has to say about 100% of what anybody has to say about anything. Um, but the fact that he lost his life is it's a really hard thing to accept. And um, yes, I see somebody here. Shout out to you, bro. Whoever you are, bro. Put yourself down in the comments or something. I'm talking about Charlie Kirk. I'm not gonna bewilder this, too long. But we are gonna talk about it and watch a couple little pieces of video and get some information on what exactly happened to him. But for people, I want this to be the overarching message because I'm gonna go deeper into like what I think happened, why, and this, that, and the fourth. But for people who will watch this, right, I want you to remember that you have thoughts, feelings, and opinions, and that's all you have in life. You're going to put these things out into the world, and somebody else may have similar thoughts, feelings, and opinions, and some people will have opposite thoughts, feelings, and opinions. And you have to be mindful of the things that you say. Even me. Me personally, I understand it. Oh, laughing man, what up, bro? Yeah, yeah, yeah. What's going on, brother? What? Hold on. Oh yeah. What? Oh yeah, yeah. My phone, bruh. I was on the phone sitting in my car, and the damn yeah. I was on my phone sitting in the car, and then my damn thing, my thing fell out. My phone died. But anyway, what I wanted to say was, with Charlie Kirk passing, and don't worry, I'm eventually like DA, I'm gonna do some panel shows and stuff like that. But DA has far more subscribers than me, as you clearly see. I only have like 50, I don't even have 60 subscribers. So, and I do more of the pop the balloon reviews and stuff like that. But I did want to bring attention to this because I felt like it was important to talk about. We as men are in this space where we feel um uh, we feel strongly about something, and we feel like we want to speak up and speak out for something. And me personally, in my heart of hearts, not what I know, this is just how I feel. I think that's not what men should do. And I'm going to tell you why. It's not what men should do because, number one, you're doing it. Ultimately, everything you do in life or you deal with in life, you're going to deal with it as a man pretty much by yourself. You can't expect your woman, you can't expect your kids to really be there and facilitate and help you with it. Everybody's going to have what they want to do, and you have what you want to do. So if you're going to be this Charlie Kirk type person, this public persona, um, no, 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 no. You, bro, bro. You're good, man. You're good. You're good. You're good. Don't worry about it, man. No, I was I don't even remember the last. Yeah, yeah, I got you. Yeah, send. Yeah, you good, brother. Shout out to you. Shout out to my boy, laughing man. You know what I mean? He gets one of them. You know what I mean? My boy, laughing man. Shout out to my boy, laughing man. But yeah, when you're a public figure, you have to be cognizant of your temperature. And I'm not a public figure, even though I'm on the internet, so I have some sort of sentiments or look as a public figure. But guys, if you're going to be this person who charges into if you're going to charge into the belly of the beast, that's not something I would advise any man to do. Now, will I advise a group of men to do it or hundreds of men to do it? Yes, because then you can actively affect change. But when you're a one man charging into the belly of the beast, no matter what the beast is, you are going to run into issues. You're going to run into significant issues. And these issues are going to be how your friends perceive you, how your loved ones perceive you, how your family perceives you, how your job perceives you. But there's nothing, you can't really do much more than just what you want to try to do in life. But what Charlie Kirk was doing or tried to do in his short life was great. He tried to inspire people. He tried to preach what he thought was right. He tried to talk to people. He tried to speak to people. He was always pretty much positive. He didn't really curse or use, any type of bad language. He was always polite. He always dressed the part. He did everything in his life to a certain degree. And he had a certain amount of notoriety to him because he was an advisor to the president. A lot of people don't know. He's actually one of the people that was one of the main reasons that Donald Trump chose JD Vance as his what do you call it? His vice president. And so he was very important to Donald Trump. I haven't seen what Donald Trump said about it, but my message really ain't to Donald Trump, it's to anybody who's watching my content, right? I don't advise anybody to do what Charlie Kirk was doing or attempted to do. Um and that is to charge into the belly of the beast. That is not a place for one man on his own to be at. And I'm not saying you don't go speak at a rally, you don't go speak publicly, you don't go march, you don't do what Martin Luther King did. Yes. The issue with you doing that is you're doing that against the waves of leftists, rightists. It doesn't really matter what political side of the aisle you're on. I don't really care about what side of the aisle you're on. I'm saying when you do that, you're putting a target on your back. And these are what I call brave men. These are what I call true soldiers. So, where a soldier is a person who is the human who was given the tools, the vest, the gun, the ammo, the canteen, all that, given the tools, no different than him being a soldier, the person given the mental capacity to have all these ideas and actually speak and be polite and courteous to people, and you're thrown into battle. That's a different, people don't understand that in the sense of like what a true soldier is. A soldier is somebody who was given the gun and thrown into battle. I have tremendous respect for people who are soldiers. I have tremendous respect. No, 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 you good, bro. Um, oh man. So you saw the video. See, I didn't see the video. I don't know exactly how it happened and all that. That I don't know. Um, But yeah, I mean it's damaging, man. I don't want to see the video. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna play some videos and see like just I wanna truly depict the character of the man. And I don't like laughing man. I don't know how long I will be on. And oh, shout out to you. So if you don't know laughing, I'm not exactly sure if you're familiar with my content, but I have a stream deck and I have all type of buttons, and I'm more of the comedic type, right? So if you see any of my other videos, I do the pot balloons, I press the buttons and all that stuff, right? So um. Yeah, you know what I mean? So shout out to you. Shout out to Laughing Man for being in the building. And yeah, Charlie Kirk died today. And it's unfortunate, and I don't wish that on my worst enemies, but I will tell people who I do know to be very careful when you want to charge into the belly of the beast. So we're gonna get into a video or so of Charlie Kirk, and hold on, I'm gonna do all that because don't want to just play stuff. Oh no, that's the graphic one. Counting or not counting game violence. Okay, no, I don't want to see that. They have this YouTube video up. So the video I just played that I didn't show, it was this one. This second one right here. This one. Graphic time content. See, I don't want to see him get shot. I just want to talk. I just want to see like people talk about who he was. So some people can get like background
This is a CBS News
on
special
who he was,
report
because a
on
lot of
moves
people
to
don't
quell
understand his
political
significance.
violence in America this afternoon. Conservative political activist Charlie Kirk has been shot during an event at Utah Valley University.
Okay, yeah, that's what I said in the beginning. It wasn't at Utah University. It was at Utah Valley. Oh, you clicked on it by mistake. Belong, man. Yeah, man. I mean, see, this is the reason why I say the things I say. I've always been the proponent that. So on my videos, I'm not sure if you're familiar with my content, Laughing Man, but on my videos, I always gave the analogy of you are not entitled. The only thing in life that you are truly entitled to, the only thing in life that I will guarantee you, every man, woman, anybody will ever, every animal will experience is death. That is the only thing in life you are entitled to. You're not entitled to love. You're not entitled to sex. You're not entitled to wealth. You're not entitled to good parents, good relationships, a good job. You are not entitled to none. And the only thing you're truly entitled to is death. So I come at it from the angle of you try to do what you want to get done in life. No different than him. You try to be a positive person. You try to be good. You try to be the change you wish to see. But the only thing guaranteed in your life is death. And not that you're going to shy away from it or be scared of it, but I wouldn't put myself directly in that harm's way. Now, if that's what somebody chooses to do, that's what somebody chooses to do. I can't control that. You know, like a soldier. That's why I said like a soldier is given the tools and they're thrusted into battle. He is a phenomenal man. I'm not taking anything away from this. If his family sees it, I'm saying Charlie Kirk is a phenomenal man. In fact, I think he should get front row seats, VIP tickets, straight to heaven. That's how good of a man I believe he is. That's how good and honorable of a man I believe him to be. From everything I've seen of him. Now, certain things I don't agree with when it comes to like love and relationships, because he kind of just sticks on the traditional route of man has to do, women doesn't really have to do, and I'm not really for that. But is this the only page? Oh no, no, no. What you mean? Is this my only page? Is this the only page? I don't know what you mean by that.
CBS News has learned a single shot was fired on campus toward Kirk. These are photos of him from prior events. We do not know the extent of Kirk's injuries. The University Alert says a suspect is in custody and police are investigating. Let's go to Justice correspondent Scott Mcflare now. Scott, what are you learning?
This was a publicly advertised event by this conservative media icon, Charlie Kirk. It began at 2 p.m. on the East Coast, 12 p.m. local time in Utah. A public speech in front of a large crowd at Utah Valley University, an enormous school in central Utah.
Oh, is this my only page? Yeah, I only have one page. I do mainly like pop the balloon reviews and stuff like that. So, yeah, you know what I mean? But, yeah, I don't have multiple pages. I will have another page, sooner where I'll do like more vlogs and stuff like that. I'm a newer content creator, so I haven't even, I've had this page, for about a year and a quarter or something like that. But, so I'm like tomorrow, I'm getting ready to, for example, right? Tomorrow I'm gonna be interviewing this guy named Adam who was on the Pop the Balloon on Love Mountains thing. And so I'm gonna be working with him. He's down in Houston, and I'm gonna be trying to like shoot some content with him. I'm reaching out to other content creators. I'm at the bubbling stage of content creation. So I'm like creating my content now and getting into different avenues. I'm not just gonna be on the love and relationship side just because I don't want to be there long term. I'm just creating content. I just kind of started in this wave. And I've since met DA and a couple other people, but I'm like branching out into many different things. No, no, no. I got you. Yeah, I do everything on one page. So if you click my name and look at some of my other videos, you will see all Pop the Balloon. So pretty much all Pop the Balloon. Now I will be introducing some vlogs where I do more like go out and about and I vlog and stuff like that. It's just right now in my life, in my personal life, this really isn't the best time for me to be doing like a whole bunch of vlogging because I have like significant things like that I go about that I deal with. So like I said, like we were talking earlier about disabilities, like you can physically see me now, right? So you can physically see me. You can see like I have like progressive lenses. I don't have normal glasses. So I'm watching comments off of my phone that's zoomed in, if that makes any sense. So like, you know what I mean? Just so you know, aware, this is my phone. You can see how your name is, and I gotta like swipe over. So that's why like we were talking about disabilities and ailments earlier. That's kind of what I'm, trying to show you. So, but yes, I do more Pop the Balloons on these, and I won't be doing one today. Tomorrow night I will be doing a Pop the Balloon for Oddie Impossible or either Love Mountain. And so yeah, I was doing Arlette's, but Arlette decided to snipe me.
You ugly motherfucker.
So Arlette decided to snipe me the other day. So you know what I mean? I'm going to start one, but on the precious metals side, like making silver go, bruh. You do that, yeah, man. No, bruh. Listen, no doubt. Send it my way. My email, out. Listen, I will. We will collab. We will work. We will do it, bruh. Between me, Scotty, what up? So this my boy Scotty. Shout out to Laughing Man. I got a couple of y'all in the building. Man, what, bruh? Scotty, I'm gonna talk about that in a second. Yeah, Laughing Man. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Do the content. Reach out to me. Send me an email. Artie, it's my brand name at gmail.com. You know what I mean? Yeah, this my boy Scotty. You know, we be doing he be in here on the pot the balloon. He like choosing his girl, and he always choose the big joint.
No, 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 no.
So Scotty like the big joints. You know what I mean? But Wicked Scar, yeah, so yeah. Oh, aneurysm tube. Okay. Oh, so you still have an aneurysm tube in your head? Yeah, man. I mean, you know, best. You know, I hope everything works out for you. Um, you know, it sucks that all this is going on. Scotty, just give me a couple minutes, Scotty. Yeah. Yeah. You know, it just yeah. Like I said, we're people with disabilities, and I think that's the reason why I said that on when we was on that panel with Da. That's important. Now, the reason why I stream at night is because, like I said, I got kids and they all upstairs and they sleep. My wife, my room, if you can see, there's a door that's maybe 15 feet that way, 20 feet that way, and then that's a room. So my wife is back there sleeping. I don't really have a spot in my room that it's like closed off that I can just stream at. I ain't got, it going like that. But so yeah. But yeah, let's get on this Scotty, what up? But yeah, as far as this Charlie Kirk thing, um, it's actually sickening out here. Uh we were just doing a live stream yesterday, Laughing Man. Yeah, 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 Laughing Man, make sure you when you do your content, realize you have to do content and just pump out content. When you pump out content, just make sure that you're interacting with people. You're always interacting with people, you know what I mean? Like I said, Scotty, I'm getting ready to do this interview with Adam, that guy in that orange shirt from the Pot the Balloon, and then he was telling me he wanted to do some other things, and he's got other things in the works, and we're just going to keep moving these gears, moving these bottle caps closer to the prize, and making some stupid money. So yeah, just make content. It doesn't have to be a lot. Make content, put it out there, and then let the world decide, because you never know, you may just be the biggest thing that ever be coming. You know what I mean? But yeah, Charlie Kirk was shot today, and so I'm just trying to find a video that's kind of maybe somebody giving more details about it. Because it seemed like it was earlier. So I don't think this is from the shot. I don't want to play the shot. I'm not about to play the shot. But yeah, man, this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. Let me just change the word from shot to killed. Yeah, man. Yeah, when people and that's why I started this video by saying when people when people when people decide to hurt people and do stuff like that, you do more than one thing. When you do that, you cause more trauma to people by taking people out, and because you're causing trauma to other people. And so the real biggest person I wanted to get this message to was Myron, because Myron does a lot of these open panels. And the second group of people I wanted to get this to was tonight's conversation. Now, I'm not like pinpointing who I think is next or anything like that, but when y'all do these open panel discussions, when you put yourself in front of the people, it's fine, but you need to be able to blend in. You can't blend in when you're you're a notable figure online, and you're very not to say you're racy or you're doing anything wrong, but if people depict you as a very, controversial person, those people tend to have real haters. And if you're going to be online, you need to be able to blend in. The only part about going out and about is to blend in. If you took like a standstill, a picture of like gridlock traffic, every vehicle that you see looks like it belongs in gridlock traffic. So you got your Toyotas, you got your little Hondas, you may even have like a smaller SUV, a little Kia Telluride. You may have a beat up pickup truck. You may have a couple 18 wheelers. Nothing looks out of the ordinary. But if you put this smoking red with black stripes Ferrari F8 right in the middle of it, you're gonna be like, that car don't belong. You know what I mean? And so that's what you have to realize. If you're gonna be controversial and you're gonna be out and about, you cannot be controversial and out and about in the general population. You have to be put up. You know, like you have to be very you have to be very delicate with your time and energy. Because if not, you're going to be you're going to be targeted. And I don't want nobody to be targeted. I want nobody to be targeted. But it just sucks that, the world is coming this way. And to Myron, please take heed to this. Please don't do no more of these live debates. This was a guy who may have a lot of similar thoughts and feelings to Myron or whatever. And I'm not saying anything bad against Myron. I actually love Myron. But what I'm saying is just I don't want people doing this. I don't think this is good for anybody. I would never do this. The same way I always say I would never go on a Pop the Balloon show. I would never be an open public discourse person. People will hurt you, you know? Mm, rest in peace to that man. Yeah, it just sucks, man. And it just sucks, dude. It really does suck. Trying to see if anybody's just giving the raw.
And this institution is an outstanding institution full of great professors as well as students, and it's a tragic event that they had to witness. But I know we can all learn from this event as far as this will not intimidate us. As a state senator, I've had my house vandalized. I've had death threats against me. I know my congressional colleagues, some of them have had death threats as well against them. But we continue to do the work here in Washington, D.C., and I know my friends, my colleagues, the neighbors, they will continue to do their work to promote the opportunities that we have here in the United States of America. And violence will not intimidate us, and violence will not silence the voices of our good people.
Congressman Mike Kennedy, thank you very much for being with us tonight.
Well, see, here's the thing. Like, when people do this stuff, that's why I said when we were on the panel show, I said, listen, there's nothing there's nothing at us as guys who just want good things to happen for us. Like, there's nothing that we do to stop radicalism. We're never going to stop that. So we have to devise a better strategy to get around to people that we want to help. And that's why I say, if you truly want to help somebody in life, you have to help yourself first and foremost. Because that's the only true way that you will get everybody else to help themselves. Because if you try to help everybody else, you're either going to leave yourself out to rot or die, and or you're never really going to help these people, and or you help them and then they kill you. So what you have to do, in my opinion, is you have to just help yourself. And when you help yourself, everybody else will realize, oh, well, everybody else is taking care of themselves. I ought to do the same thing. And that's the way that you combat all of this. You don't combat this with being what the hell? Got football popping up on my damn thing. You don't combat this with just I don't know. I don't know.
Students, what kind of checks were there before people got on campus?
If I'm going to be honest, I had friends coming in asking if they needed tickets, and I said they didn't even check for my ticket, which I did get a ticket. They did not pat us down. I feel like I maybe saw 3 or 4 police officers in this whole environment of hundreds of people, I would guess, which I thought was a little odd, but at the same time I thought, well, you know, it's Utah, which is probably an ignorant thought to think, but there was not much security precautions taken. There was none.
And you're saying you were 15 feet away from the stage. You were up close and personal with Charlie when he was speaking. Did it sound, and I'm no worries if you don't know this answer, I don't suspect you might, but did it sound like the shot came from behind?
Yes. It sounded exactly from behind us, and that's why I was so worried, and I looked, but I couldn't find anything. But you could also see, obviously, from the way that the blood just, it definitely was from behind. So, or in front of him, I would say, you know, but.
You guys all get down. Describe the moment you guys tried to escape.
I just saw everybody running, and I ran in, like, the second people started getting up, I'm like, I don't want to be left here alone. I didn't want to get up.
Oh no, we can't be doing that. They trying to show the shit.
I wanted to stay there because but I also knew I needed.
I'm not trying to see all that, bro.
Oh my gosh. But it was beautiful the way that we all came together, like people praying over one another, people loving one another, people asking if we're okay, sharing numbers with total strangers just to check up on us after this, not just now, but later. I thought that was beautiful how we as a party came together and loved one another in this horrible time. Obviously, I'm inconsolable and so many others are, and we still united in prayer.
And we know just how devout and devoted Charlie Kirk is to Christianity.
Yes, sir.
And to have those prayers, you know, we're hearing.
See, this is the thing, man. These people, man. Scotty, what you got to talk with? Yeah. Yeah, I notice weird things like this happens in places like Utah. I mean, I guess, you could say that, yeah, but I mean, at the same time, this ain't even that deep, to be honest with you. This is just a man who was headstrong and just went after what he went after, and he got. I always say you can't be on both sides of the fence. You either have to be on one side or another. You can't make money and lose money. Yes, one job, you can make money from a job and lose money from a habit, but it's not in and out. It's in or out. This guy was into what he believed in, and I stand with him in that. He was a soldier for what he believed was right, and he was vocal about it. The issue becomes other people are on the opposite side of that. And the other people on the opposite side of that aren't just going to be vocal. They're not going to do this. I don't know how many times it's going to happen over and over and over again. People on the outside of whatever you feel is right or moral, they will gun up, bruh. They will hit your ass with the Drake. They will knock you. Like you play Warzone, they will knock you. I don't know how many times, I've said this to friends and family. Even I laughing at when we was on the stream. Before my phone rang up, I was like, I had a friend who got mad at me over a situation. He got mad at other people for different situations, and it could be over nominal stuff, but he instantly went to fighting. He instantly went to violence. And he may have grew up in that environment right before I met him when we was teens and shit, but you can't just go to violence. People are going to go to extremes, and that's fine that people go to extremes. The only thing you can do in your life is try to guard yourself against it. There is no other, I'm going to try to work with this person, I'm going to try to counsel this. No. That's why I always say, do what's in your best interest first and foremost, and that's it. That is all because the only thing you're entitled to is death. That is the only thing in life that I will guarantee you get. Everything else you will either try to get, you're either going to have to take from somebody to get, or you just luck upon it. But the only thing you're entitled to in life is death. So everything else is up for grabs. You discern what you want, you discern what you're willing to give, you discern if it means enough to you or not. But after that, you got to figure it out. Yeah, you said non-aligned prayer, but I won't know in depth about the Muslim faith exact same way. No, I don't. From what I know of the Muslim faith, um, the Muslim faith is very devout in their book. Now, the Muslim faith, unlike other faiths, they actually believe that Jesus was a prophet. So, but I don't know about the actual faith itself. I have no idea what the faith. Um, I have no idea what the faith. The book says. I know of certain things that are in the book, but that's about it. I don't know. But
from All Class Nation right now. We want to check up on you and make sure that you're okay. MJ, if we could go ahead and get her contact. But guys, Alyssa, Matt, you kind of heard just the turmoil, how chaotic this situation was, Brian, excuse me, and how just devastating, her describing students just getting on the floor immediately, and how gruesome the shooting was, as so many students were just right there in front of Charlie Kirk, seeing the bullet hit him. And you heard Danielle describe just how grotesque that was, and then them praying afterwards. For Charlie in the midst of chaos like this.
Man, y'all got
We're
me
hearing
over here
more
hearing
from
shit.
students like Danielle. We have another student or participant of the event. You go ahead and join me here.
Yeah.
My name
Like
is Henry. You're a student here at UV.
I don't know about the Muslim faith, and I don't know what the Muslim faith actually believes. I know that from my knowledge, their book is how it's related to the Bible is it's actually the truest depiction, or the truest what do you call it, the truest translation from the Hebrew version of the Bible. This is what I think I know. I'm not saying I know none of this. This is what my thought, or what I know of. Now, I don't know how the Muslim faith plays into all this, but for Christian people, I just say that's why I speak about the things I say with Christian people. And this is why I don't believe that God wanted this for people. And this is the reason why when I said the stuff that I said on that panel about like marriage and love and stuff like that, a lot of people throw the things that God say, because that Bible is filled with do's and don'ts. Filled with do's and don'ts. But we only take the stuff we only take the stuff that people say do for things that are easygoing, things that are conventional wisdom, like, things that should be normal, things that should make everybody happy or feel love. And that's not how it works. And people just think that that's how it's supposed to work. Yeah, like I said, I don't know about I don't know enough about it to even speculate about it. I don't know. I don't know what's in there. I don't know what's not. I just know that these people, everybody has their thoughts and feelings about it, and that's fine. We're all human. We're all living this one existence. This one existence. This is why this RP space, like, it has its thought leaders, and it's people who were big and great. The only thing I tell people is, you're not entitled to nothing in life except for death. That's the only guarantee that you are going to get. So everything that happens between your start date and your end date is up for grabs. Do what you feel is best for you. Don't be honorable. Thou, I always say, the 11th commandment is thou shalt not dirty Mac. You know what I mean? So you don't step on nobody's feet. You be honorable. You show integrity, much like Charlie Kirk did, and that's it. But everything from the start of your life to the end of your life is up for grabs. It is a dash. Whatever happens in that dash, you control. So if you want to try to, do something positive in that dash, then do something positive in that dash. But knowing about the Quran, trust me, you don't want to know, you don't want to know, you don't want to watch God logic or something. Yeah. I'm butchering the last name. No, it's good. Yeah, Sam Shaman. I feel like I don't know. Is he the guy with the long white Christmassy beard? But he's more of a Christian. He wears the Muslim getup, but he's a Christian, I thought. Yeah, I'm not really I'm not the person who I don't want to be that person who gets in. I just want to speak about it. I don't want to like depict it online, because once you go to depicting stuff online, it's the observer effect. So me and you can um let's just say we were baking cookies, right? And we put cookies in the oven. And if me and you were sitting there watching the cookies bake until they get to they're done, me and you are going to agree that they're done at two different points. I may say they're done faster than they should be. You may say it's done later. You may say this one in the back's done, that one's in the back done. But if we both did our own individual study of cookies, then we came to the conclusion that, oh, it takes about the average time for this to happen. We will get a better answer if we did it alone. We would get a better answer if we had our own separate filings and then came together to agree on what was best or what was accurate. That's how you get open debate, and that's how things work. That's how things used to work. They don't work like that no more, because everybody wants to do everything together. And much like eternal life, we can't go at eternal life together. You know, I can't get you into heaven. You know, I can only get myself in heaven. And that's even, I'm not saying ever if heaven exists, but if everybody is correct about heaven or whatever like that, I can only get myself in. I can't get you in, and vice versa. You can't get me in. You got to get yourself in. So that's why I say, like, people have to do what's in their best interest for them first. And from that, everybody else will learn that that is the way to do things. That doesn't mean you don't be selfish. That means that you be honorable. You stand fast with people. You have integrity and stuff like that.
No, I actually just run a construction company. I got some friends that go to UVU here, and they told me about Charlie Kirk coming, so I came to ask some questions. The only thing I really opposed him is just the concept of religion, difference in religion. So that was pretty much what our dialogue was. We disagreed or whatever, but it was a good, fruitful conversation. He said he loved Mormons. I said we love them. We love Charlie and stuff like that. And it was just really weird because the way that things went down for me, the guy who claimed to have done the shooting, who had no weapon, he, like an hour and a half before the show, was walking around to conservative people and was basically just bashing Charlie's name. Charlie's this, Charlie's that, Charlie's racist.
Well, yeah, we usually see.
I don't even know the person. He said, I must stay read the Quran and I study my enemies, not Muslim, but the Quran. Yeah. I mean, if you're Muslim, I mean, that's dope. I don't know. That's why I say I don't know what the Quran says. I have no idea what the Quran says. I have a good grasp on the things that are inside the Bible and what's not inside the Bible. That's why I said I don't know anything. Wouldn't never take anything I say about the Muslim faith or the Quran. It's completely out of context. It is completely wrong. I have no idea. I've never read the Quran. I only have thoughts about stuff that maybe some people have told me who were Muslim, but I know nothing of the Quran. Absolutely nothing.
That Charlie Kirk's information. We got some breaking information now.
That's fine.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and toss things back to Brian. Some breaking.
There was another shooting rate in Colorado today. See, I'm telling you, these are coordinated attacks. Saying with who got shot in Colorado? Who got hit in Colorado? I don't know. I don't know of anything. I'm just only here guessing where everybody else is. Hold on. Let me see if I can.
Success means redeploy.
What the hell? Where this Warzone chick come? Bruh, I swear, bruh, YouTube algorithm be.
Students, what kind of checks were there before people got on campus?
Come on. They started playing a Warzone chick. Don't get that shit out of here. AOC reacts.
This afternoon. I mean, I think what has just transpired is tremendously disturbing. It is the latest evolution and instance of political violence in the United States, and it must end.
Congresswoman, what message do you have to your fellow lawmakers regarding the political environment? What message do you have to your fellow lawmakers regarding the political environment and the rhetoric that has been put out in the media?
You know, beyond rhetoric.
Yeah, this is the reason why I always said this. I think Scotty, you'll attest to this. You probably been here long enough to attest to it. I always said the reason why the world is going belly up is because it can't be fake no more. We're literally at the you ever had you ever download something to something to your laptop and it gets all the way to 99% and then it starts stalling out. It just gets right to 99% and then stop for a minute. We're at that point in life, that 99%, and then it just stops. So when it gets to 100%, it all resets. It all goes right back down to zero. Now what does that zero look like? To me, if you ask me, I think the zero looks like maybe we go live sticks and stones. Maybe 80% of our world population is gone. You'll go years without seeing another human. We'll have to start over that deep. We're going to have to start over that bad. It's going to go down to that level of starting over. At least that's what I believe in my mind. Because there was a TV show, Laughing Man, I don't know if you've seen this. I believe it's the greatest TV show ever. It only had one season. I don't know why, but it was called Revolutions. And it was a show about how the electricity in the world went out. Now, this TV show probably happened back in 2016, 2015, but the TV show only had one season. Can't understand why, but it was a TV show about how the electric in the whole world just went out forever. And people had to you would see cul-de-sacs and people growing food and all that right in the middle of a cul-de-sac, and everybody was living that old school way where everybody was women were washing clothes, picking food that was grown right there and stuff like that. And you had the men making houses and stuff like that. It literally took everybody back to the Amish days instantly. And that's what I think will happen when our 99% bar gets to 100. Say last hard is Jesus came with the town Muhammad came with the sword. Who will you serve, basically? Think about it. All I say last is if Jesus came with the towel and Muhammad came with the sword, who would I serve? I don't serve any. To me personally, I don't serve anybody that forces me. Because you didn't give me that. You didn't give me that at the thing. So it's clear cut for me. In that situation, I would serve Jesus. Because you're not serving me if you're forcing me to do something. If you're forcing me with penalty of death, that's not love. Now, if you give me the option to choose and I choose not to do it, then fine. But you gave me the option. But if you're forcing me to do it, that is completely different. That's why like women can consider cheating so bad, because you didn't give me the option. If you wanna fuck other women and you got a chick, tell your chick before you do it, or tell her, this is what it is, this, that, and the fourth. I don't believe in anybody being forced to do anything. That's actually one of the greatest things that God does for us, is give us the option to do something. So if you want somebody to do it, you can't. Remember, I always say, oh, laughing man, you don't know. I'm writing a book, and one of my chapters in my book is called CCC, for comply, compel, or concede. Those are your three options in life. You can either force somebody to do something, compel somebody to do something, or just concede. So, if you can't compel somebody to do something, that's like maybe you do business or you barter with somebody. You say, hey, if you wash my car, I'll help your son cut the grass or something like that. If you do something like that, that's compelling somebody to do something. It's a roundabout way of getting somebody to comply. Comply is straightforward. Boot on the neck, sword in hand. You gonna do this or we gonna kill you. That's comply. Or you can just force somebody by any other means, tie them into a room and say, hey, you ain't coming out till you paint my room, whatever. That's comply. If you can't get somebody to do what you need or want them to do with them two options, then concede. Just give up. Walk away. You ain't got enough leverage over the situation. Walk. That's how I look at it. So yeah, I get you, man.
We need to talk about action, and we need to talk about, yes, there are words, but most importantly, we are in a job of leadership. We are in a job of action. We are in a role and a position where the American people are looking to us to do something about this. And every single day, people are dying due to gun violence in
Exactly. Now, see, here's the biggest issue. Now, you good, man. You good, man. Now, here's the biggest issue. I told you I play buttons over here, so let me play my buttons.
Nigga hitting the both side time with the block, punishing her, nigga. Nigga balls clocking like a glockish spell up on the clock.
Now, this little fine piece of thing, I would absolutely, you know what I mean?
I'm finna go deep inside. Yeah. Just leave them nuts hanging out. Yeah.
So AOC has always been a cutie to me. But here's where, and remember we said the left and right thing, right? Now here's where she thinks the real issue is. This is where her brain thinks the real issue is. Gun violence. Guns don't commit violence. I don't know if there's never been a gun that has ever committed violence in the world. Guns don't commit violence. People commit violence. They use the gun to do it. That's no different than a knife. A knife ain't never killed a man ever in life. Or a sword. A man wielding a knife has killed a man in life. A man wielding a sword has killed a man in life. So You can take all the guns away in the world. It's just people are gonna revert back to knives. You know what I mean? So I don't know, and this is the problem with asking dingbats and stuff like this.
America, and every single day there are people in this building that continue to vote against doing anything. They vote against universal background checks. They continue to...
Universal background checks, we can do that. I don't care about a universal background check. Universal background check ain't gonna stop people from getting guns, because guns are illegal for criminals, and they still find a way to get them. So
support legislation and also remove any way to block the mentally ill, to block extremists, to block people with histories and records of domestic violence.
Those people are already blocked, man. Those people are already blocked. How do I know that they're blocked? Because when you go to get a gun, you have to fill out the paperwork. If any of those things come back, you ain't getting the strap. You're not going to get the strap. Now, the reason why a lot of people will say they don't want these measures is because they want uniformity. I always said the problem in life is twofold. It's either there is no line drawn in the sand, or the line that is drawn in the sand gets to move. And here's the classic example. There's a line drawn in the sand, but it gets to move. So today you say you want people with background checks, mental health records, and stuff like that. Okay, cool. Well, if I skip school and, I don't want to go to college or something, whatever, just something, it doesn't matter what it is. Then you put me on a no-fly list. Now I can't get a gun because you deem me doing something that, what's the measure? I always say, what's the measurement for somebody getting put on a list? And if there is a measurement, it has to be plain. It has to be just. Like, don't just put somebody on the list. Just put somebody on the list. You better have a reason for putting somebody on the list. Yeah, Bernie Sanders, like the most modern woman today. They got a taste of what they want. Yeah, I mean, who knows? But I mean, she fine though. We ain't making that distinction. You ain't about to sit here and tell me she ain't cute though. Bernie Sanders, I mean, campaigns. Nah, you good, bruh? I have no mind. I ain't worried about none of that, bruh. This is a small YouTube channel, bruh. She just, I mean,
getting guns in their hands. So are we going to do something about this?
Getting guns in people's hand ain't gonna stop nothing. Let's just say that gun was in a legal person's hand. And this is the reason why I hate when people use the argument against like guns. Because, okay, what if a legal person gets a gun and does something like this? Then what? You're always basing about, oh, well, we gotta make sure bad people don't get guns. Okay, what if a hypothetical good person got a gun and did something like this? Then what? You gonna take away guns from good people? Okay, what if then let's go to the cop situation. Let's go say a cop accidentally shoots and kills somebody, or a cop shoots and kills somebody. Is he considered a good person now? You see what I'm saying? Like this line, that this measure that people say it's got to be this way and that way, I just don't like it. I hate it. You know what I mean? Because it always moves. It's either there's no line, and so people just do what they want, or there is a line, but it gets to move. And if the line gets to move, it'll never truly be an enforceable line. It'll always just be what people want to do.
Or not. We have a political assassination that happened at the same time as a school shooting where children are dying on the same day, a week after a shooting at a Catholic school where children were gunned down while praying. Are we going to do something, or are we going to argue over rhetoric? That is my question about this. We have to pass gun safety legislation and stop this.
Gun safety legislation is not going to stop this, girl. Because criminals are still going to get guns. You can take every gun out of every American's hand today. Today. You can take every gun you can make only police have guns. And guess what's still going to happen? niggas is still gonna find their way to get their hands on the gun.
Oh, no, 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 no.
I hate when people take this side because it's like you're forgetting one thing. Criminals don't follow rules. Rules are for moral people. The people who don't do the rules are the immoral people. We can't focus on the immoral people.
Congresswoman was saying, it was yelling at Republicans, and it was you Democrats.
I mean, people can finger point all they want. Look at the record. Look at the actions of what we are doing. I don't think a single person who has dedicated their entire career to preventing gun safety legislation from getting passed in this House has any right to blame anybody else but themselves for what is happening. We have to stop this. We can stop this. And why don't we start?
No, there is no way to stop this. That's where you're wrong again, ma'am. There is no way to stop people from getting shot. Because guns exist. There's no way to stop it. There's no way to stop people from getting shot. There's no way to stop it because guns exist. There's no way to stop it. You can want people to stop getting shot, but it's not going to stop. Guns exist, and so criminals are going to use them. If you take away guns, knives exist, and people are going to use knives like they did way back in the day when there was no guns. In fact, funny thing for all these Bible-toting people, it says right in Leviticus, I don't even know the chapter or verse, but it says, if you do not have a sword, sell your shekels of gold and get you a sword. It literally tells you to go get a strap. Now, they had swords back in the day, and we got straps today. But even God told you don't be out here without a strap. So, what you want people to do? People ain't gonna be out here butt naked without a strap.
By acknowledging that basic common sense gun safety legislation is not taking away a gun, is not attacking the Second Amendment.
And more falsehoods, because those things are already in place. If somebody has a felony, they cannot get a gun. So gun measures are already in place. If somebody's from a mental hospital institution, they cannot get a gun. So gun measures are already in place. They're already in place. Like, what measures are you saying that aren't in place?
But it is about ensuring the safety of our children, of women, of people across this country, to ensure that...
Exactly. You said the safety of children and women and people across this country. Funny how you just left out men. Did anybody notice that does anybody feel left out? Does any man feel left out when she said that? Charlie Kirk dies. You want gun safety measures for children and women, but men got left out of that.
Guns and firearms do not get in the hands of people who are going to use them against human beings, period. Domestic violence is one of the highest indicators of whether a person is going to kill someone else with a gun or not. There are so many other
I don't even know if that's true, but okay.
indicators. And I think it is so deeply important that when a politician tries to blame words for inaction, they need to look at their action and their record. Enough of this. This is horrific. This is awful. And the assassination of Charlie Kirk risks an uncorking of political chaos and violence that we cannot risk in America. We cannot.
Well, it's funny how you're looking at risk. You know what I mean? Well, it's always funny that people look at like, okay, a politician dies and now everybody has to be up arm and alarm, you know? You can't risk politicians dying. Well, people can't risk their livelihoods being screwed. That's what people can't risk. You know what I mean? Let's see. We're gonna go back down to see what this guy got to say.
Did you ever think you would make it?
We ain't about to let you get your
Are we live? Okay. At this point, you've seen the news. Charlie Kirk, 31 years old, was shot, and report was made a few minutes ago that he is dead at the age of 31 years old. When this announcement was made, I'm right now at a conference of ours with thousands of people out there from 60 plus countries. Tony
Yeah, we
Robbins is
always
on stage.
disposable, bruh. And it's funny, like, notice how, like, in a time where she's trying to badger on about gun safety and gun violence, she just coincidentally focused on the people who should be taken care of first. But remember when I was in the we was talking about on the panel show, I said, okay, cool, women and children, this, that, and the fourth. Go back to that Bible. Since everybody wants to thump the Bible, is it just exclusive that these people should be looked after first? Like, this is the reason why I said, like, we're at that 99% bar, and it's the last percent before it all goes away. And once it goes away, we're going to reset over and probably do sticks and stones. Now, what is the instrument that makes it reset over to get to us 100%? I don't know. Hopefully, I'm not around to see it happen. But it doesn't even matter if I was, because nobody can control it. A man is gone today, and it's a shame, and it sucks. But there's nothing I can do about it. There's nothing nobody else can do about it. The only thing I will tell people again is to focus on yourself, do what's in your best interest. That's it. That's all you can do.
For the last 3 hours, I'm backstage. I get word he got shot. It's me, Vinny, Tom, the crew. We're sitting in the back. Family's there. Dylan's there. And, we're seeing the reports of, he's critical condition, but he's got a pulse. They got him. It's going to be fine. And then I hit the stage. And when I'm going on the stage, Kelly gives me the mic. Security gets me on the stage. I shake hands with Tony. We make our announcement. Tony heads back. The song Tony's playing at the time is a song played in Gladiator. If you know the song, you know which one I'm talking about. And Gladiator is a movie I've seen God knows how many times from 43 minutes on, because this is a very emotional movie when you see that, he wants to seek his vengeance, or he wants to get justice, or he wants to go out there and be able to get what he wanted to get for what they did to his family. I'm on stage. Vinny comes to the left while I'm on stage just to call Tom up to come and pray for Charlie to recover and heal. Vinny comes, gives me the hand signal. I said, what do you mean? He says, it's done. Then Kelly comes to the front. She's the runner for me, telling me everything that I need to do. And she says, he's dead. At that moment, we're about to wrap up the session. It's obviously a very overwhelming moment, because yesterday, while I'm speaking in front of everybody,
This man audio went out. Where your audio at, bruh?
Obviously, you're in front of thousands of people. You're trying to finish the session. You're overwhelmed. Tom comes up. The song is playing from Gladiator. And if you know Gladiator, you know the whole story. Tom gives a prayer, gets on his knees in front of everyone. The room is emotional. When we made the announcement that Charlie Kirk is dead, you heard the reaction. Many people knew he was shot. Not many people knew he was dead. That happens. We finish the session. We come.
I'm ready to get off after this video, but yeah, man. Yeah, but these people don't. They don't want to. They don't want to have these conversations. They just want to manipulate. They just want to. They just want to throw it all. There's no more manipulation, and that's why the world's going belly up. There's no more manipulation. You know, you used to see. I can tell you're an older gentleman, but it used to be back when I was in back when like we were growing up in like middle school and high school stuff like that. You used to could get away with like a little BS. Like it used to be some BS and things. You know, I don't even know. It's almost like I'm a very analytical person. It's like I seen another YouTuber say this, right? And maybe this is the best way that he said it. You ever play a video game and there's like an exploit, there's like something with the game that's wrong? He said, you get mad that people are like, you're playing a video game and you're playing the game the right way, and people are just using like they're using a cheat, or they got a way to get under the map or shoot you through walls, stuff like that. He said, instead of getting mad and just not playing the game, yeah, that's one way to do it. That saves yourself. He said, you almost want to be glad that that is happening. And he was like, the reason you want to be glad it's happening is you want so many more people to do it that it causes everybody to like either get rid of the game, stop the game, and make the fix. But the reason why they don't make the fix to the game when so many people, when a little bit of people are cheating and it's ruining the game for the honest players, is because the person who owns the game, whoever these people are, they get to reap the benefits of the reward. So, like Call of Duty, for example, right? Call of Duty has a real problem with cheaters. Cheaters come in the game and they ruin it for regular players. But Call of Duty doesn't do anything real about it because people are still playing the game and they're buying skins and they're getting money from advertising and stuff like that. So as long as the game is active, the people who created it will make money. But if everybody just started like cheating and like the good players cheated, the bad players cheated, and it made it to where nobody plays the game, then the actual creators will do something for the game that will fix it. But because there's a group of people that do it right and a group of people that do it wrong, there's nothing to do. You let the game keep playing. You let the game play out as it goes along. You know, just let the game keep going along because you're going to reap a reward from it. It's not until everybody has to do it, but everybody's not going to do it because most people are loyal. So I go back to the stance of, okay, if I know this game is rigged, there's too many cheaters in this game, they're not going to do anything to fix this video game. Either I deal with it or do my best, or I just concede and just let it go. Now, I will tell people, whatever decision you make at that point, you make at that point. If you want to continue to play the game that everybody's cheating against you in, fine. If you want to play the game and take your emotions out of it, fine. If you want to try to get better, fine. If you want to cheat, fine. If you want to do whatever you want to do, fine. I'm just of the opinion saying I'm going to just walk away from it. Because that playing that game is not important enough to me when I know everybody's cheating in it. You know? Some would say, well, why don't you just cheat like everybody else? Well, I don't have that I'm not that, I have integrity. I just don't want it that way. I don't want to just cheat to just have fun at the game or to get really ahead at the game. You know, I don't want to go about it that way. I just don't have that in me to do it. So I'll walk away. And that way I'm not affected by the people that are in it. They're going to deal with it. And I get to watch from the outside. And I'll just look from the outside and watch. Or I'll find another game to play. You know what I mean? That's the perfect way to think about it. Why they keep going in and out, man?
The news that the shooter, we've all seen a picture of the shooter. Rob, if you want to show the picture of the shooter that they're showing us. They say this is the shooter, and he's telling everybody, kill me, take me, do all the stuff that he's saying. And then other reports are coming saying this isn't the shooter, he's the patsy. I hope he makes it. If he doesn't make it, here's another story of somebody that's, you know, Another story of John F. Kennedy got shot, and then, hey, was it really him? Was it Oswald? Or was it somebody else? Same story with RFK, same story with everybody else. I hope this guy's alive, because at least we'll be able to find out if he is the guy or not, and if it's somebody else. If you've seen the video, not the one from the distance, if you saw the video, the close-up, that's when you knew the way the neck fell and the blood started gushing out the second it hit him, you knew this wasn't good. Elon Musk even tweeted saying, I hope he makes it, but that shot didn't look good. Now, here's what's wild. You hear MSNBC. Some hosts are saying, we don't know who the shooter was. It could have been friendly fire from the people that are even on his own side. Nobody knows who shot him, Rob. I don't know if you have that clip. All these things that are circulating. If you got that clip, Rob, if you can play it.
This is the reason why I said the thing I said about the video game, where I take my... Remember, the video game is already being played. I take my feelings out of it. Everybody's cheating. Some people are playing the game nobly. We know them. We work with them. They're our friends and family. There are people we go to church with, all that. But for a good 30% of the people are cheating. No, a good 10% of people are like cheating. They're like blatantly obvious about it. There's a good 10 to 15% that are just cheating like here and there when they can get like a little extra point in or something like that. And most of the people are playing the game honestly, but it's ruining the whole game. So I say, as a person playing it honestly, well, I could just cheat a little here, there to try to get mine and whatever like that. Or I could just download all the cheats and just shoot people out of the sky, shoot people from across the map, shoot people under the map, I could do it that way. But then a part of me is like, I'm not really that asshole person. So why don't I just do this? Why don't I just fall back? I don't have to play this video game. It's filled with cheaters. Good, there's noble people, but everybody's cheating, making it impossible for everybody else to kind of get their bearings. I'll just stay out of it. And so that's my approach to life in certain situations. This is one of them. Now, rest in peace to Charlie Kirk. Rest in peace to Charlie Kirk. He was a noble person, very smart individual, and very young. Condolences to him and his family. But for me, I'm not saying what to believe, because now we live in the age of AI. So we have AI all over the place. There could be real AI saying something happened. There could be fake AI. Who knows what AI is actually happening, So who knows?
And I want you to ask yourself, how do you feel when you hear a clip like this? Go ahead, Rob. Is it working, Rob, or it's not? Okay, then don't worry about it. Don't worry about it if you don't have it. But you hear the reporter from MSNBC saying the fact that it may be friendly fire. What do you mean it may be friendly fire? Who the hell
exactly? See, when here come all they extra BS. It may be friendly fire. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, we could walk right. We could have walked right up to him and did him greasy. In the hood, they call him walk him down. We could have walked him down. And they still been like, nah, we don't know what's going on. Now they're saying it's friendly fire. How is a person on a stage, millions of cameras, it's got to be hundreds of cameras pointing at him, and he's live streaming. He's on a stage, and then all of a sudden, a gunshot goes off, and then they're saying it's friendly fire. Okay, model me this. Okay, let's just say it's friendly fire. Who was the other person that was friendly fire against? And friendly fire means that they were shooting at somebody else. Okay, so was somebody behind Charlie Kirk with a gun and he got shot accidentally? Like, who was the friendly fire against? How was it friendly fire? You see, that's what I'm saying. Like, who was the other fire in the, you know what I mean? Yeah, man. May he rest in peace, and I feel sorry for him. Feel sorry for his wife and kids, and he had young kids too. He was 31, you know. But yeah, I mean, rest in peace to Charlie Kirk. Um, yeah, man, rest in peace to Charlie Kirk. You know. Um, mm. But yeah, man. At this point, you know, Laughing Man, I want to thank you for being here with me. Um, yeah, I just don't know about that, man. But anyway, um, Laughing Man, shout out to you, bro. You were here with me. Shout out to my boy Scotty. He came, you know what I mean? He was in the building. Scotty want to look at them hoes. That's what Scotty want to do. I know what Scotty want to do. Scotty want to look at them broads. So we gonna be on tomorrow night. You know, Laughing Man, you want to be here? I'll come back tomorrow night about 10, about maybe 10:45 to 11 something. I normally go on there like 11 or 11:30, so I kind of go on late, but I've been trying to get these episodes in earlier, so I may go on around like 10:30, something like that. But we're gonna be on tomorrow night. We'll do a pot of balloon to find love, and we'll see what these girls say. So shout out to my boy Laughing Man. Shout out to my boy Scotty.
You ugly motherfucker.
And yeah, you know, we're gonna be back on tomorrow. And yeah, man. Rest in peace to Charlie Kirk. Condolences to him and his family. May he rest in peace. And yeah, man. Just be careful if you know how you move and groove out there. I don't plan on being, whenever I'm out and about, I'm blending in. I've already got a smooth biggity and glasses, so I kind of blend in anyway. You know what I mean? So, but that's gonna be it for this episode, man. Love and appreciate you. Laughing Man, if you can hit a like button, just press the like, hit the like button. You know what I mean? And thank you for being here. You know, and definitely hit my email. It's my brand name at Gmail. So Artie Mcflare at Gmail. When you get your when you get your videos recorded, or when you record your videos, hey, when you get your videos or you record your videos, definitely send them to me, share them with me. You know, between me, DA, and you know a couple other people, we're just men. You know, we're trying to carve our own namesake out of this, and we want to see everybody grow and do good things and stuff like that. So I'm definitely gonna, you know, watch your content and you know be involved with you. And yeah, man, just you know, another big thing before I get off, you are somebody who has like you said, we spoke about disability. So you see my disability. I'm watching you from a zoomed in phone to read your content. So I have a blindness disability. I'm blind in my right eye and I have extreme vision. Part of my vision that I do see what everybody will consider a circle, like maybe a third of that circle is just cut off. So mine look like a U with like a bar going up the top post of the U, and that's like where everything in that cup U is my vision, not what would have been over that U post. So my vision's all over the place. It's extremely hazy, foggy, and stuff like that. But hey, we making it happen, and that's all I can do. You know, that's all I can do is put my best foot forward. And shout out to you, shout out to people like you, and shout out to everybody that you're gonna touch with your life. You know what I mean? Shout out to you, bro. Nothing but love for you, and see y'all fools back in the next one, man.
You ugly motherfucker.
All right, so we finna get up out of here. Yeah, man. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. And Myron, again, you know, I don't know if Myron you'll ever see this, but please keep in mind you don't want to be out here doing these videos. You know, you don't want to be going to these places. It's just too dangerous. The world is too dangerous to be trying to convince people of anything. You do your part. You do what you can for you and your family, and that's it. I got 3 hours out of it.